northern hemisphere. Then what will happen? 14 hours day and 10 hours night. It means more insolation. Yes? More insolation means northern hemisphere salinity will be higher than southern hemisphere salinity comparatively. In the comparatively. तो northern hemisphere में क्या हो जाएगी? Salinity will increase in comparison to southern hemisphere. And similarly we can say vice versa. When the summer in the southern hemisphere, understood? And when there is a summer in the southern hemisphere, there will be what? समझ में आ गया? Summer in the southern hemisphere means salinity in the southern hemisphere will be more than, because the duration of the day is more and the night is very less, so more insolation and less evaporation. Sorry, in the night what will happen? In the daytime more, I said that heating will be the, what is in the southern hemisphere will be more heated. Atmospheric pressure. Understand? And then atmospheric pressure, if I talk about between 5 degrees north to 5 degrees south, if I am taking it as in a what that is equatorial low pressure belt. What is happening? High heating. Low pressure क्यों बना? Why? High heating. Salinity is increasing, but what? Every day rainfall reduces salinity in the top layer. What is the salinity in the top layer? That becomes 34 parts per thousand. What is the salinity of the equatorial low pressure belt? 34 parts per thousand. Is it okay? So we have been able to get, I said, in the equatorial low pressure belt what you are getting? 34 parts per thousand. Subtropical high pressure belt. That is, I said that around 25 to 35 degree north as well as in the south, but this belt used to shift between what? 5 degree north and 5 degree south more. So we can be able to say between, I said that किस region में 20 to 40 degree north and south. In which region I said that? क्योंकि ये belt क्या होता है? Over the years that used to shift more to 5 degree more and 5 degree south. In this region what is happening? Atmospheric pressure में it is in a subtropical high pressure belt. Subtropical high pressure belt, here it is what is happening? Air is descending, obstruct. इससे क्या होता है? Obstruct convection of warm moisture and causing lower ground Stability. Air become what? Under the descending of the air, what happened? The air become stable. Then it causes what? And as well as I said that, and as well as adiabatic compression causing more heating. तो इस जोन में क्या होगा? What will happen in this zone? Evaporation. Rainfall नहीं होगा. No rainfall. जब air is subsiding, then the stability is there. Stability means no rainfall, and as well as the adiabatic compression also heating. What is in a more heating to the what is in a lower ground? So what will happen? Evaporation much exceeds precipitation. Evaporation exceeds much more than the precipitation. Precipitation बहुत कम होगा, and therefore what will happen? Therefore salinity increases, and here it is how much? 36.5 parts per thousand. How much it is? So what is the salinity in this zone? Clear? Understood? So we have seen subtropical high pressure belt. Understood? Next one we are going to see subpolar low pressure belt, and that will be, yes, कहाँ से कहाँ तक होगा? What is the 50 to 60? Subpolar low pressure belt कैसा है? Tell me first. 50 to 60, and 50 to 60 means 5 डिग्री ऊपर and 5 डिग्री इधर, तो कितना हो जाएगा? 45 to 65. Subpolar low pressure belt. That is, it is generally 50 to 60 degree north and south, but I am saying it is how much? 45 to 65 degree north and south, due to the shifting of the belts. यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है? In this zone, what is happening? Subpolar low pressure belt, temperate cyclone and westerlies causing what? Rainfall. Temperate cyclone and westerlies causing, yes, rainfall. And how much it is? 150 to 200 centimeter. Therefore, what happens? Therefore, salinity in the top layer reduces. Salinity in the top layer reduces, and that becomes in the region of, I said that, 32 to 34 parts per thousand. How much? And what is the other factor? What is the less insulation? यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है? Less insulation. Insulation कैसा हो रहा है यहाँ पे? Tell me. Less insulation and less heating. और less heating से क्या होगा? Less evaporation. So less evaporation plus, I said that what? Temperate cyclone and westerlies rainfall has reduces the salinity into this region, and that is, I said, 32, 34 parts per thousand. So sorry, 32, 33, So in the subpolar low pressure belt that we are getting, it is, I said, in the northern hemisphere how much? 32 to 33 parts per thousand. And the subpolar low pressure belt in the southern hemisphere, and it is in the what? Northern hemisphere. Okay, but you know that, but what happened? Westerlies in southern hemisphere is what? Westerlies in southern hemisphere is highly moving with fast speed in the name of roaring 40s, furious 50s, and I said that freaking 60s. Freaking 60s. It puts thrust and friction to the water, to the sea surface, and comparatively in this part more evaporation than northern hemisphere. Therefore, salinity in comparison to northern hemisphere in this part is little more, and that I can say that it is 33 to 34 parts per thousand. How much it is? 33 to 34 parts per thousand. Understood? Clear? Next one, it is, I said that polar zones, and यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है? Yes, very less insulation means very less evaporation. Second, what is happening? I said freezing, and freezing causes removal and downward movement of salt. Therefore, these two factors causes less salinity in this zone, and that is around 32 to 31 parts per thousand. Understood? समझ में आ गया? एंड दिस इज योर व्हाट, हॉरिजॉन्टल डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ salinity in the world. Understood? तो ये आपका एक क्वेश्चन हो जाएगा इसी के अंडर में. यस, डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ salinity, हॉरिजॉन्टल डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ salinity. बैठा तो घुटने की वाट लग गई.